Well, the Trump administration is attempting to overhaul the nation's food stamp program by expanding work requirements for recipients.
Georgia, now one of the first states to enforce those stricter rules, reportedly kicking 8,000 people off food stamps after determining those recipients as unemployed, able-bodied adults who are capable of working.
But some in the left-wing media slamming the move with headlines like these. Look at that. Trump plans to make people work for food stamps. Novel idea. Here to react, Fox News contributor and editor-in-chief of Campus Reform, Lawrence Jones. First of all, congrats.
Good morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. The novel idea that you would work, if you're able-bodied, you should work before you receive government benefits.
Yeah, so I think it's important for people to understand that this was a law already in place. It came back way before the Clinton administration, but during the Clinton administration, the bureaucrats took that away during the recession, but they never implemented it back. So what this law requires you to do is at least work 20 hours, get some form of education, or at least show that you can work, that you make. So all these people get on the system and they stay on it. And so this was to discourage that, get them involved in the process, actually look for a job so they just don't be dependent on this program.
Right, isn't requiring having work requirements for welfare or food stamps, however you want to benefit from it, whether it's housing or something else, doesn't that enable people to get out of poverty rather than stay in it?
Right. I know a lot of people on the left want to trap people in this because they will have their voting base and they don't have to work to actually focus on the issues that affect average day Americans. But the fact of the matter is this. A lot of this policies that have affected my community personally, many of the people in my community end up staying on these programs because it's a trap. It's a government trap to keep them in there. That's why the original program was to allow people to have some form of assistance, get a leg up, and not be trapped on it forever.
So that's the facts of it, as Pete mentioned those headlines earlier. So what is the media doing? Why are they getting it wrong?
Well, they're playing this anti-Trump game. It came before Trump. So the fact of the matter is the president is just now enforcing the law. Chicago, Illinois, Louisiana is one of those some of those states are still fighting against this, and Georgia was as well. They're one of the first states to start this. But at the end of the day, this is a federal law that was way in place way before Trump was there.
Is it insulting to tell people that they shouldn't have to work?
Well, it's insulting, and it's also, you have to question the motives, right? Why do you want people to stay on a federal system? That means that you're sometimes at minimum wage, sometimes that you're in a poverty level or below the poverty level. Why would you want people to stay on the system? And I think many people that are on those programs have to question those government officials that are actually advocating for them.
Lawrence, if I'm right, you used to be a Democrat.
I did.
So what? No, but
I was poor too.
But you saw the world very differently.
Right.
Why did you see it that way, and why did you change the way you view the world?
Well, at the end of the day, look, I wanted to be helpful as a Democrat, but when you start seeing the traps of the left, where they try to keep you down in every aspect of your life, where they feel like just because of the color of your skin or your social economic status that you can't succeed and that you need government to do that, that gets frustrated. And as someone that came from a mother that had him at 16 and was taught hard work by his mother and father, I couldn't be a leftist anymore because it just didn't align with the values that I was taught in my home.
And is the left playing politics with not only low-income people, but also elderly people?
Yeah, they're playing politics, but they also are playing a financial game. All right, this is not just a typical politics that you see day to day. This is saying, I'm going to keep you down. And every American that are on these programs should, I'm not saying that we should get rid of them because that would be unrealistic. Congress will never pass that. But the fact of the matter, this is not a program that should be permanent. This is something to give you a leg up, not just a handout.
All right, welcome, my friend. We've got to go.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Insight.